Hello my dear students, myself Sanjay Sharma. I am from District Vidyapeeth Sonipat. I am again here with my another module and the module number 2 of class 11 chapter 4 and name of chapter is Motion in a Plane. In our previous module we have introduced our chapter Motion in a Plane. Now in this module we have to discuss some definitions of vector. And here you can see a list of different names of vectors which we have to discuss today. And the first one is equal vector. What is the meaning of equal vector? The equal vector are those vectors in which the magnitudes are same and they have same direction as well. So you can see this is, let's say, a B vector and another vector of same magnitude and having same direction. So in this condition, if I am representing this AB as AB vector and CD as CD vector, so here we can say that these two vectors are equal vectors. These two vectors are equal vectors. Why? Because these two vectors are equal in magnitude and equal in direction, or you can say in same direction. Now, next one is negative vector. What is the meaning of negative vector? Or you can say negative of a vector. What is the meaning of negative of a vector? Is see, I am telling you negative of a vector is if we are having one vector that is a B vector and we are having another vector of same magnitude but in opposite direction. So here this CD is having same magnitude as well as direction is changed as the previous one. So this here we can say CD vector is the negative vector of AB vector. So this is called as negative of a vector, or you can say simply negative vector. Okay. Next one is collinear vectors. Collinear vectors are when two vectors are parallel to each other, but it is not necessary that their magnitude is also same. If their magnitude is same, then they are collinear. But if their magnitude are not same, then also they are collinear vectors, my dear. So here you can see, I am just making here and see, if we are having a B vector and another vector is, let's say, C D vector, here I can write here like CD. So here we can say that AB vector is collinear vector of CD vector. Or you can say both vectors are collinear vector. So it means in case of collinear vector, we don't require the magnitude should be same, but they have same direction. So it means try to understand whatever I am going to tell you beta. All equal vectors are collinear vector, but all collinears are not equal vectors, my dear. जितने भी equal vectors होते हैं बच्चों, वो सब collinear vector होते हैं, लेकिन जितने collinear vector होते हैं, these are not equal vectors. Okay. Now, the next is co-initial vector. What is the meaning of co-initial vector? The co-initial vector means where the vectors they have same or common starting point. So that kind of vector are known as co-initial vector. Just see, if one vector is starting from this position in this direction, another vector starting from the same position in another direction, and another vector is also starting from the same position but in another direction. So these three vectors are having different directions and maybe have different magnitude, but because of their starting from the same point, that's why they called as co-initial vector. So these vectors are called as co-initial vector, mera beta. Okay. Now Another one is unit vector. Is very important, beta. This vector is very important. What do you mean by unit vector? Unit vector is a special type of vector which have same magnitude and same direction. Okay. Unit vector is whose magnitude is 1, or you can say unit, and having same direction as we have the resultant vector direction. See, if we are having any A vector, then you all understand that what is the direction of A vector? So this is the direction of A vector. So in this case, if we want to know what is its unit vector, then we can write our vector as vector equals to magnitude as well as direction. And direction always represented by cap sign. You put cap on the vector value, then it becomes a unit vector, my dear. So here we can write A cap equals to A vector and then modulus of A vector, and this is called as unit vector. And here the unit vector is represented by A cap, and unit vector can also be defined as the vector divided by its magnitude, then only the direction will left, that is called as unit vector, my dear. So I think you understand about unit vector. If I am saying, let's say a person is moving with the 4 meter per second velocity toward east. A person is moving with 4 meter per second velocity toward east. So you all know that the direction which generally we show like east, west, north and south. If I am saying the person is moving toward east, it means the person is moving in this direction. What is the velocity? The velocity is v equals to 4 meter per second and toward east, my dear. So you can understand, if I want to show this velocity v with vector sign, then I can write this value like this. So I think you understand now. This 4 meter is here magnitude, and east is here direction. So if I am asking, let's say, what is the unit vector in this condition? The unit vector in this example is east, because east is telling you the direction of that resultant vector. So here this east representing direction and 4 meter per second is representing what? Magnitude, and as a whole if we write, then it becomes v vector, and that is known as velocity vector. Now I think you understand about unit vector. Again I am telling you, unit vector having magnitude unity, or you can say 1, and having same direction as the resultant vector have. Another definition is fixed vector. The fixed vector are those vectors whose tail are fixed. These vectors are known as fixed vector. See, this is a fixed vector. Why? Because its tail is fixed. Whose tail is fixed, that vector is called as fixed vector. If I am saying it as A, B, and it is representing, let's say, by P vector, if its tail is fixed, then it is called as a fixed vector. Another one is free vector. The free vector is that vector whose tail is not fixed. whose tail is not fixed, that is called as free vector, my dear. So that is called as free vector. दोबारा बोलना बेटा, जिनकी tail fixed होती है उनको हम fixed vector कहते हैं, और you can say these are also known as localized vector, and whose tails are not fixed are known as free vector. And then coplanar vectors beta, coplanar mean more than one vector lying in a same plane. So these type of vectors are known as coplanar vector. So I am saying here, let's say this x-axis, this is y-axis, this is one of the vector, this is another vector, maybe this is A vector, maybe this is B vector, and maybe this is C vector. So you can see these are the three vectors but lying in a same plane, or you can say in xy plane they are lying. That's why these vectors are called as coplanar vector. And then now we have done all the, you can say, vectors definition. One more definition I am telling you, as we have done co-initial vector, one more vector we have in the same manner, coterminate vector. What is the meaning of coterminate vector? I am telling you, if we are saying the co-initial mean those vectors having same initial point. Coterminate mean those vectors, those have same ending point. That type of vectors are called as coterminal vector. You can say coterminate vector. So see, if this is A vector, this is B vector, and let's say this is C vector, you can see all are terminating at one point. So this type of vector is called as coterminate vector. Or you can say one more vector I am showing from here, it's a D vector. So this is this combination is called as coterminate vectors. So I think we have done many definitions of vectors. Now we have to come on addition of vector, my dear. Now the addition of vectors. The first addition of vector is addition of collinear vectors. How can we add if the vectors are collinear? See, if we have first vector, that is A, B vector, okay, and another one is, let's say, if I am saying it is A, it is B, and another one is starting from B and ending at C, so it is, let's say, BC. So if we want to add these two vectors, then let's say the resultant vector is represented by capital R. So now I can write R vector is equal to a B vector plus BC vector, and this is called as addition of collinear vector. Okay, now if we have addition of two anti-collinear vector. What is the meaning of anti-collinear, beta? Anti-collinear means two vectors are anti-parallel, mean they are parallel but they are lying in opposite direction. If these two vectors are lying but in opposite direction, then how can we add them? See, beta, if this is our first vector, maybe a B vector, which I am just representing by AB, and another vector is from B to just, you can say, C vector, and you want to find out the resultant in this situation, then how can you find it? Simply, the AC is the resultant vector. How can we find the value of AC vector, or you can say resultant vector? So here we can say that this is our resultant vector R, and the resultant vector R can be found with the help of this procedure, and the R vector can be written as a B vector minus BC vector. With which you can find the addition of two anti-collinear vectors. Now the very important addition of vector R. Addition of two vectors pointing in two different directions. If two vectors are pointing in different directions, how we can add them? See, we have one vector P vector A, B, and another vector C, B, C, and it is represented by, let's say, Q. Then you can see both the vectors are lying at some angle. Mean both the vectors are having different directions. They are not parallel, they are not anti-parallel. So such kind of vectors, how can we add them? We can add them in this manner. So this AC vector can be written as AB vector and then BC vector. This we will study in another module, and in that module we will study triangle law, vector addition, my dear, parallelogram law, vector addition मेरे बेटा. इसलिए ध्यान रखना मेरे बच्चों, next module is very important for you.